Hey everybody, good morning. Doing an episode today on two things you need to know as you're getting older about how to avoid those body pains, those body aches. So, things people don't know, and I'm going to lean on some of my physical therapy knowledge. I've got a couple degrees in that, and what I've seen in 28 years of just things that are really good to know. A couple things as far as why we need to do that, and then I'm going to hopefully at the end here talk about how you can get on a better track and how you can help that. So, two things you need to know to avoid pains and aches that tend to happen. And I'm talking people over 40, 40 and over, but frankly, if you're 35, 30, good to start getting in some good habits, and I'll explain why. Number one, so two things. Number one, we have to resistance train, all of us. Why? We lose 2% muscle every year, starting about age 40. The data is a little bit different. It has to do with muscle mass. It looks at some of the studies. It looks at strength production, when this starts. The magic number seems to be around 40, and there's variation between what percent this is and what it is per year, but I'd just say age 40 is a pretty good cutoff, and 2% a year is a pretty good number. Just knowing that we naturally start to lose strength and it affects stuff, pains, and our ability to have our joints protected matters. So we have to strength train to protect that because we're losing muscle. That's the only way we got to replace it. So, and I'll talk later about how we do that. So we're losing muscle. What are some signs? A few signs that you're maybe losing muscle here if you're watching this. Number one, you're getting your pants on in the morning and you have a hard time standing on one foot, getting your pants on. You're hopping around just not quite as steady. Number two, have a harder time getting out of deep chairs. Number three, you're getting off the floor and you need to use your hand to push off your leg, right? And stiffness in the morning would probably be a fourth thing. So a fourth sign to start looking for. Not normal. Not normal to start being in pain like that. But those things start to creep up, and those little aches and pains around 40 for folks. It seems to be I call it I feel like I'm falling apart magic number. So, but those can be helped and reversed and whatnot. And this has hopefully helped prevent that. So that's the first thing you need to know. You have to resistance train. We're losing muscle, and that affects the pains in our joints. If we got the muscle, we're better protected. Number two thing you need to know is activity does not equal resistance training or exercise. So being active is not the same. It's different. It's good, but it's not the same. So if you're a construction worker, you're super active, great work, valuable work you're adding to society, but it's not the same as exercise. Working around the house, being active, housework, great, valuable work, stewarding what we've been given, fantastic, but not the same as exercise. Number three, doing projects around the house, outside the house, cutting branches down, mowing the lawn, and being active outside the house even too, not the same. Also, good, valuable, good things to do, but not the same as exercise. So activity is not the same as exercise. And for a lot of folks, I'd even throw walking into that category if it's not challenging. And I'll talk more about that later. So anyhow, activity does not equal exercise. Why? People will kind of say, well, I'm really active. Why doesn't that do it? Well, when you're exercising, you're specifically working a muscle to the point of fatigue. So there's muscle specificity, like you're working your arms, your legs, your core. And then the second part is you're specifically picking out weights or resistance to get fatigued. And then you're also choosing the number of reps to get to fatigue. That right there, the specificity, the intensity, the reps, that thickens the muscles up again and keeps your coordination. That's the key. You obviously moving around the house and doing stuff, it's randomized and it's not specific, not tailored to what your muscles need. So that's why it's different. Not bad, but it's different. You need to strength train. Next, so what do we do? So say you're 30 years old, 35, and you're like, hey, what can I start now as habits to prevent this? Or maybe you're 40, 50, 60, and you're like, yeah, I've been noticing this for 2 decades. What do I do? So the thing is, you want to find some kind of resistance training program, something you can do 20 minutes a day, maybe even 15 might do it, but I'd say at least 20, 3 times a week. So first, get the habit of kind of when this is going to happen. So 3 times a week, 20 minutes. Second thing is make sure your program is challenging, not killing you, but enough to feel like you get done. You go, yeah, I got worked. I was challenged with that. That qualifies also. So how much time, the degree of difficulty, and then last one, the what. Like what do you do? What do I work out? I just go for arms, legs, and core. There's plenty of stuff on the internet out there as far as how to do that. That should be able to give you good guidance. So that's how you can replace some of this muscle that we lose, this 2% every year. Help ward off a lot of the aches and pains. It's a lot of stuff that I'll give to people regularly to help take away the pains, and I encourage people to keep doing them long term. That's to keep in the best health. So anyhow, those are two things that we need to know as we get older to avoid those body aches and pains and just difficulties. Help to keep in as optimum health as we can. So have to resistance train, and then number one, we have to because we're losing muscle all the time. And then number two, activity is not the same as exercise. So there's a distinction there, and we've got to carve out some time for that number two. So anyhow, hope you find this helpful. And I'll put some resources as far as the muscle loss research articles in the video content notes, and hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you're liking this content. Thanks. Have a good one.